Back on the show is Sean O'Malley, who's going to be taking on Terrion Ware in his UFC debut at the Ultimate Fighter Season 26 finale on December 1st. Sean, what's going on? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to talk to you again, and I appreciate you doing this. I understand you're at a coffee shop right now across the street from the lab, so I appreciate it.
Right on. I actually came here to Skype with you, so it worked out good.
Yeah, and thanks for joining me. And, man, I got to say, looking back on the first season of the Contender Series, your win really stands out among the rest of the wins on that show. Do you sort of feel that way? Do you feel like that, fight that you had for the Contender Series could have gone any better?
No, I caught him in a triangle there when I was off my back, and I'm glad I didn't do what I was supposed to do to finish that triangle. This might not have happened, so... No, yeah, it went perfect.
And of course, people will remember you getting to hang out with Snoop Dogg after the fight. Where does that rank in terms of life moments? Because that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's up there, top two. I don't know. It might be even number one. Smoking with Snoop was fun. I don't know. I never even thought that was possible.
What did he say to you after the fight? Was he like? Did you guys just talk about fighting, or did he talk to you about other stuff? What would you guys kind of talk about?
Well, I had to take I got tested obviously, so I had to take about 2 weeks off. So I hadn't smoked. So I don't know. It felt like a movie. It was kind of like a blur.
Good stuff, man. Did the UFC talk to you after the fight? And if so, did they say anything? Because again, very impressive win for you on the Contender Series.
No, I just heard. I talked to Dana a little bit. He said I got the contract, and that was all I really heard from the UFC.
And it seemed like right after that win, social media just blew up. What was the reception like, from people just reaching out to you and giving you props? Was it like anything you'd ever experienced before?
No, it was unreal. Like I still to this day get like a ton of messages every day. Like a lot of people that message me are from Russia and Ireland and like a lot of fans outside the country, which is super cool. Like I try to message them all back. Yeah, I love it. I got a ton of support on Instagram. I went from 3,000 followers to 23,000 followers, so it's awesome.
Did any fighters that maybe you didn't know reach out to you and congratulate you on the win?
Yeah, a few here and there. Mickey Gall messaged me the other day, but it wasn't about nothing. It was like something I posted on my story. That was pretty cool.
Good stuff. Well, that's good that everyone's sort of taking notice of you. But let's talk about this fight. You got a really good matchup here in Terrion Ware. He's a veteran. He's got the 17-5 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
He says he's gonna come out there and strike. I'm gonna come out there and strike, and it's gonna be a people's main event. I wouldn't be surprised if it. It should be. I feel like every fight I'm in, I feel like I'm the main event. So I wouldn't be surprised if UFC put me up there, co-main. Like, that's where, I'm what everyone wants to see. And then if no one knows me, they'll know me after this fight. I'm going to be where the views are at. So
nice. And you thrive under the pressure. You like being in that type of spotlight because it seems like, some guys get nervous, but you really sort of take it all in.
Yeah, I loved it. Like that last fight, I didn't have the best camp. I had a horrible camp, actually. Like, I didn't get a spar. I couldn't train that much. I had an injury I don't really want to talk about, but it was all I knew. If I just go out there and perform under the lights that night, like I'm gonna get the W, and I did. And so and this camp's going perfect. Everything's going good. So I'm excited to see what I'm gonna do with a full camp and a good camp.
Was Terrion someone that you kind of had in your radar even before you got in the UFC? Because he fought for RFA. I know you fought for LFA. It seems like there's a certain amount of bantamweights that are on that circuit on the regional scene.
I didn't know who he was. They offered me him, and I had to go look him up. I didn't know who he was. And I watched a couple of his fights, and I was like, hell yeah, I want that guy. Okay. Easy money.
Fair enough. Who you mentioned the MMA lab. You obviously come from a great camp. Who have been some of your main training partners that have been helping you get ready for this fight?
I've been sparring with Kyler Phillips. He was also on that Contender Series. He knocked his guy out fast. Mario, Luis, those three have been my main sparring partners. Next week, I'm going to go spar with this kid named Luis. He's a 13-0 pro boxer, super high-level boxer. I think Terrion's a decent boxer, and he's super tough. Like, he's going to be there. Like, I'm going to be able to hit him for 15 minutes. Like, he's tough. So I'm going to go spar with a really good pro boxer next Wednesday. So I'm getting perfect training, and everything's going so good.
And how about the weight cut? Because, you know, I know you're a guy who always makes weight, but everything going according to plan ahead of your debut?
Yeah, I don't really cut weight. I weigh 147 pounds right now. I could make weight pretty much any time. So I don't really cut weight.
And if I remember last time when you and I talked, you're a vegan, aren't you, correct?
Yeah.
Nice. And
so, I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what types of foods do you have to eat, like, during training camp and stuff, you know, leading up to a fight like this?
I eat a lot of brown rice, black beans, avocado, hummus, you know, vegetables. My girlfriend's an awesome cook, like amazing, so that helps a lot. Oatmeal, protein powder, like I don't know. There's a ton of stuff to eat. Once you get into it, there's a ton of stuff. Like you don't run out of food to eat.
How do you see this fight ending on December 1st?
Like the last 4, knockout. He's the same style as the last 4 guys I've knocked out. Orthodox, and not like I'm faster than him. I know that. Like I'm faster than everybody I fight. And he's coming out there. He's gonna try to box with me, maybe throw a couple kicks. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna knock him out in the first or second round. I definitely want to get that performance bonus or knockout bonus or both. So, and I know he's a tough guy, so that's a perfect opportunity for me to go out there and show my skills because he's gonna be around. He's not gonna. That Alfred, the last guy I fought, though, he was tough. No, he hadn't been knocked out. And I hit him with some good shots, and you could tell he was trying to stay in there, but he was just, you know, I hit him too many times, too hard. So, and I think this kid's going to be super similar. I'm going to hit him, drop him, he can get back up, drop him again until he just can't get back up. That's how I see it going.
I know you're not looking past Terrion Ware, but do you have an idea of what's next for you after this? Do you want to get a named fighter after this, or what are you sort of looking at after this matchup?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm just super focused on this fight, and I'm going to go out there and just perform at this fight. And if I go out there and do what I do, the next thing will just be everything's just going to line up to be perfect, like it has been. This will be my 4th fight this year, 4th knockout this year. It'll be everything's going perfect. I'm just going to let it go how it's going.
Awesome. The UFC announced their first quarter schedule next year. I don't know if you happen to see it, but is there any particular place you want to fight next year at all? They announced some of the dates.
Vegas. I want to fight in Vegas. They texted me after my last fight and said, "Hey, when do you want to fight?" I said December in Vegas. They said perfect, December 1st in Vegas, and it was perfect. So I'm hoping, after this, I'd like to stay in Vegas. I like fighting there. It's super close to home. That you don't get taxed any extra fighting, so it'll be good.
Awesome. What are you watching on Netflix right now, or TV in general? You watching anything during training camp?
Surviving Escobar, Hoka Hoka. It's really good. There's 60 episodes, and my girl and I are on like 46, so we've got about 14 left. And we've been watching that the whole camp pretty much.
Good stuff, man. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
My coach and one of my best friends, Tim Welch. He's always in my corner. He's also my striking coach. Like we've been working together a lot since I turned pro, and I've had 7 knockouts. So he'll be in my corner, and then John Crouch will be in my corner as well. Usually, I'm just used to having those two. That's really that's all I need in there. So those two for sure.
Awesome. Well, we're certainly looking forward to this fight. It's the Ultimate Fighter 26 finale coming up here December 1st. Sean, it was great getting a chance to talk to you, especially now that you're in the UFC. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, man.
Right on. Sugar Sean MMA, I believe, is my all my social media handles. I have shirts for sale. Human Weapon put them together. They're an awesome company. Go check them out. And Lithia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Helena back home, one of my main sponsors. They're helping me out a ton with financially living in camp because I haven't even got paid yet. Since I've been in the UFC, I went and bought a house, so I don't have any – they've been helping me out so much. Just those guys.